Hello, I'm John Foxy on channel John on the West, and I'm getting a sense of deja vu, also of a little bit of slowdown as well. I'm hoping that'll pass. Let's switch to the controller. I still don't know what those symbols mean in the bottom left-hand corner. I'll get into a fight and test them out. Why have I got a sense of deja vu? Well, because I've recorded this 45 minutes already, and I found out that there was no voice. My microphone had apparently switched itself off at some point, and when it does that, even if it was just for a flicker, it just deregisters the microphone and I get nothing. So, I don't even know if I've looked in these already, so I'm going to have to look at them again. So, it seems like I have looked at them. I've looked at them both, and it looks like I've sold stuff to them. But I'm just gonna... yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing at all. Found an ID cartridge, though. You found an ID cartridge to use with the holographic shroud. You'll be now automatically disguised when entering associated restricted areas. Right, I didn't realize...
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Yeah, you better be sorry, buddy. So if I try and do more stuff in front of him, he will attack me, so I'm gonna stop. You might be worried about my groundbreaker. I don't know why I was looking in there. Reputation, John. But it's like 1% negative. I'll be doing quests for them, I'm sure. So it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Oh, I didn't see this room before, though. There we go. There's a little bit of bonus and repeating stuff. This room full of very easily... Let's save my game, though, because I don't actually want to get in a fight.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, goddamn. Nothing at all.
Just don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
Where were you? Okay. Still, reputation. That's still 1%. That's fine. Alright, cool. Whatever. Okay, cool. Yeah. There goes some new stuff. I'm just making sure there's no one I spoke to that's important or anything like that. I'll leave that. So, there is a restricted door there that I could access. There's also this ladder, which I did go up last time. And then I'm just going to be repeating my footsteps, because otherwise, like, I'll forget things. But I'll just do it slightly quicker, so I won't go, ooh, look, I wonder what this is. It's very obvious that this is what it wants me to do. Oh, crap. Let's try that again. I mean, I could just heal up. I've got a lot. I've barely used my healing potions. I mean, that's one of the reasons I put it on hard. Ask it. There we go. So there's a few things here. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm not sure that was worth it, but... Cool. So, we could jump down there. Seems like that would be a foolish decision. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to do, though. And we could probably pass where I was, because I know what I'm doing now. So, I'm pretty sure we already did this conversation. What can you tell me about Udon Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
So there's tension between Groundbreaker and the board.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Yet your station's in a state of disrepair. You can make the board fix it.
You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
Okay, so I didn't pick that choice last time. Thanks for the info.
Sure
Possibly
thing.
because I thought I was done with his conversation.
Maybe.
What do you know about sublight salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
I didn't think there were that many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. All right.
It's not all I needed to know at all.
All right. Most places, I got a preference for the Lost Hope. You need anything else? You... Be seeing you.
Just one more
Hey
time.
there.
Okay.
Be
Right, cool. So, last time what I did is I paid a lot of money to go through that expensive door there. Not...
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew change. I mean, the scar.
Let's save our game then, because this is potentially risky. Also, I didn't do his security thing last time.
Ship didn't upgrade.
So, if I go in here... Holographic disguise activated. Your holographic shroud is activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area. Moving drains the shroud's energy. When it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk you out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you are interrogated. What I want is this stuff here, basically. I don't know how many Mardit IDs I need. I could just sell them, I guess. But because I'm standing still... Oh my word, you two terrified me then. Right? So that's the back door. Oh, didn't see those. I'm just gonna dip out. Haha! I fooled you all! Okay. We are gonna go in again. Because I'd like to do some stuff I didn't do last time.
Looking sharp.
It actually might be that's the back door now that I think about it. Um... Hmm. What do I want exactly? Let's talk to Captain Sunito, actually. I didn't...
Unless you're here to file an incident report
Commandant.
to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
I'm interested in that McCreed bounty. Yeah, I completely missed this character, so that's good. Where can I find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you send a Mardet to apprehend him?
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
I'll take the posting.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
What bounties do you have available?
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside.
That's McRed, okay.
Not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
I couldn't help but notice a bounty posting on Phineas Wells.
The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it.
Is Wells a famous criminal or something?
To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all.
What's it like working security detail on a space station?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Hey, no one talks to... Oh, alright, just trying to make conversation.
I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
What's a Mardet?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet and not guard or officer?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Fair enough. My friends are in the room with them. You're not going to do anything about those two? They're not even in uniform.
You mind if I ask you a question? Like, a personal one?
What? Why are you standing on the other... What's on your mind?
Is it true what you said? About being on the Hope?
It's true. I woke right before I showed up on Edgewater.
Wow. Well, welcome to Halcyon. I'm Parvati Holcomb. Parvati Holcomb, which you already knew. Okay, I'm bad at this.
I'm Fen Sefric. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing either.
Reckon we'll have to figure it out together. I mean, if that's what you want. I didn't mean to presume. Sorry.
Oh, we'll talk later. Alright, so, Dude Face was really... He said, oh look, security. So that tells me there's something in the security. So I'm just going to save my game once again, because I don't want to lose all that. Although I could just talk my way out of it. So we're going to pay attention. What, like, do they have computers or something? Oh, hang on. He's actually got a name. We're gonna talk to him first.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
I'm getting my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Why can't you take incident reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Do you do tours or something?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sanita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
Oh, we're friends, right, Lee? Do me a favor and I'll owe you one. Persuade 45.
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
So, what, I've now got permission to go in? I don't even know what I'm doing in there. She's right there, dude. This computer clearly doesn't work. Huh. There we go.
Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest.
Eject docking records data cartridge. Awesome. I didn't do any of this last time. Confiscated goods. Okay, detained a freelancer who's cagey about his business, confiscated his personal belongings while he waited for questioning. Modified pistol, jock. Ooh, hang on, don't I have that? Hatchet, metal hoop, prayer beads, locked container. Owner refused inspection. He fled before he could get down to it. Left his things still behind, so they're stored in the back of the security station till that idiot shows his face again, which is likely to be never. Security logs. Sublight put a bid on one of our impounds. Generous one, 2. Negotiate for the usual finder's fee and then give Lilia her salvage. Brawl at the Lost Hope. Freelancers versus the board. Freelancers 1. Arrested a freighter captain with more bits than brains. Hawthorne's ship impounded by order of Udon Bedford. Still no clue why Hawthorne associates with that board snake. Board snake? Oh, I see. Yeah, Udon. Yeah. A guy from the back bays roughed up the Moon Kid, raving mad. Warned me that the moon was going to bring about the end times. He was flying high on whatever McRed grows down there. Oh, what was you going to say? Ah! You want to chat, I guess. Alright, that'll do.
What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
Could do some work. Any pointers?
Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister?
Chief Tennyson.
Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. What with all the troubles Groundbreaker's facing. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's what matters.
Leading a ship the size of the Groundbreaker must be a challenge.
Sure is, but she makes it look easy. She's real competent, our chief, even if she ain't real friendly.
Yeah, hang on. What does Pavati want to know?
The...
Oh.
Anything else?
Damn it. What can you tell me about Sublight Salvage?
They're run by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and contractors in the system have worked for her. I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning.
I need you to explain that.
Let's say there's been times when I heard somebody needed a thing, and somebody else had such a thing, but they weren't inclined to sell. Now let's say the one who had the thing suddenly found theirs missing, and the one who needed got one. If anyone asks, Sublight says it got salvaged from an old wreck. Case closed.
So they're criminals, but they have an office on your promenade deck.
If anybody could prove them criminals, the board would have put their foot down a long time past. They always got, what do they call it?
Plausible.
Deniability?
Plausible deniability, yeah.
Something gets nicked or someone turns up dead, Sublight says, hey, independent contractor, not our responsibility. But everyone knows what they're doing, top to bottom.
They're working against the Alcyon board.
Against is a strong word. Let's say that if you need something the board ain't inclined to sell, you might look to Sublight to get it. You might pay Sublight a shitload of bits for it, but that money gets passed on to their contractors, so in the end, it's still business.
You must admit, there is a beauty to the order of it. Everything operates within the constraints of the grand plan, even organized crime.
People do what they gotta to get by.
Alright, that's enough.
Oh, sure, sorry. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much, and Commandant Sonia's gotta reprimand me again, and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
She's standing right next to us.
Don't worry. Captain's real understanding.
Can't speak for the captain, but I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their pointless, depressing lives.
Awful generous of you, listening to me like this.
And I mind if I ask you some questions?
That's what I'm here for, sir.
I bet you've got seized contraband from all over the system locked up back there.
Sure, and stuff from outside the system, too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here.
What if some of that contraband's mine and I'm here to claim it?
That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here, too, then.
Back to my other questions.
All right.
Lots of freighters come through the station. Must keep you busy.
Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless.
Well, there are as many freighters coming through.
Search me. I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it? I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
See you around. Okay. I think we did pretty well. Our weight limit's actually now huge. It's 130, so I don't really have to worry about that anymore.
Not so fast. What do you think you're doing?
Oh, bollocks. Nothing at all.
Just don't complicate my job, okay?
Okay, because that's going to start adding up. I'm going to need to start... Like, I don't think I need 40 different Mardet badges. They just put them around. Yeah, now I'm 2%. Whew.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. This is
Testing.
Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
Okay, so that... You probably heard that buzz, right? I have no idea what that was. So my hair looks very silly right now. Okay. That was a bit weird. You just watching nothing. Ah, that's what I wanted. The rest and go key card. So we'll see rest and go. In fact, somebody spoke of it before, so I just didn't realise it at the time. But here is the promenade. Look at it. It's all it.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar. A CCN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
So we're going to go down the left-hand side, which is where one passes the duchy. And we're going to go in everywhere. So there's a rest and go. More importantly...
Can we rent an upstairs room?
I didn't see this before. There's all these. Don't think we really need anything from them. Although the helmet's possibly quite good. We'll want them. Got a rodent problem. Okay, that's Gladys. We'll talk to Gladys last.
Scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown his pivotal days. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first.
Knock you out bar.
Coaches and referees are debating how this behavior
Don't mind me, bud.
unfair advantage. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
Okay, we're going to talk to Gladys, but I'm going to have a look around first. He might be able to see me, but I can still use this. So, I can hack pay-to-view movies. These won't be quite as funny as they were the first time around, but whatever. My big canid friend. Lab-grown giant canid goes on an adorable rampage, leading a family of scientists on a wild chase across the Emerald Vale. Spending the holiday away from your home proves to be a chore, but the family soon realizes that true friends are the monsters you meet along the way. Rated FSR 11 for fun times, simulated rampage, and body count 11. There's Nanospank 7, Primal Afflictions, Primal Affections even. Raised by wilderness primals, one man will leave the jungle he knows to explore the one he doesn't. Keystone. He came for Nanospank, but he stayed for love. Can a young corporate executive collar this creature? Will she awaken the beast within? Rated PACNS for passion, anthropoid, and consensual nanospanking. I don't know what nanospanking is. Return to root. There's also cereals. Baking with Edna. In this time-honoured culinary classic, Chief Edna gives valuable life lessons while she cooks from the book of approved cakes. Learn to maintain a structured kitchen, obey your head chef, achieve a good sponge and obey your sous chef. Edna is the boss in her kitchen. Now she can be the boss of yours. Space Hospital. If the walls of Orbital Hospital could talk, they'd shriek with terror. These doctors have seen it all. Zero-G cyst lancing, extraterrestrial teratoma. Next on a very special episode, in order to trap a chem chief... Sorry, I know where this is going. In order to trap a chem thief, Dr. Margrave must become a serial arsonist. Don't forget to see Space Hospital Nights for steamy suspense. Sorry, I love the line that must become a serial arsonist. An ordinary colony family daydreams of the extraordinary. While Lucia works in a factory canning processing Borst, her ham-handed husband cooks up schemes to land her a big promotion. Will that lovable fool ever learn to be satisfied with what he has? Products brewed as a testament of the less is success family lifestyle. You can hack to get their messages as well. From Veritas, subject to be careful. To Iceman, one of Ubi's squealers came asking after you, wanted to know what you like to drink, who you talk to, what's your temperaments like, tried to pay me off. I took the bits and told her a pack of lives. Watch your back when you get in. Don't want to find you in the waste disposal chute. Veritas. Icy, been a while since I heard from you. You're on that long haul out to Dashkova right now. Hope it goes well. I got a space for you and yours to meet when you get back. It's just a storage room, but it's quiet and safer than a bar. Should be able to accommodate most of your folks. No fees or nothing. Just let me buy you a beer. This is from Rizzo Peter to McRed. Hang on. Also, it's all the messages. See, I missed that. Mr. McRed, we've reviewed your proposal for the 10th time and still do not agree that galactic mushroom is an acceptable flavour for Rizzo beverage. Even if we were to pursue the idea, the samples you sent us were dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our receiving bay. Please don't reach out to us again. Oh, hang on, where's he gone? So, the rest and go keycard lets me in here. Nice. Cool. Now we'll talk to the lady. Ooh, and Milo.
Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our world's products and products.
Okay, I did do this before. Okay. Yeah, let's not steal in front of them.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient. Or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me an Avkio to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Okay, if I say that, she'll say she doubles it, but it doesn't... Actually, no, I'll do the same. No one's ever found my bits lacking.
You've certainly been blessed with an abundance of sass, haven't you? But it's your interstellar currency I'm interested in, not your nethers.
Any chance of a discount since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
Whatever jobs do you know about... no qualms here. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Say no more. I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Abandoned outpost, corporate secrets, got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
What other jobs do you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
I wanted to ask you something else.
What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
You mentioned Groundbreaker's outside of board control.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, sir. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
Back to my other questions.
Go right ahead, sweetheart.
What about this heat?
Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend. They've always got one, but it won't work.
What do you do here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
What about non-famous players? I earned quite a reputation as a fifth back during my seminary days.
You do have a favorable mop, I must say. But that's not what you wanted to talk about.
So that was new to me. I was happy for you to do that. Why the board recalled Stellar Bay nav keys?
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Are the people still down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
Thank you for your time.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy.
Oh, I didn't get that last time.
It's almost time for today's Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
Okay, I don't know her well enough for her to... Look at that! Look at Savage's helper! Cool.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
What kind of business do you and Gladys got running?
Didn't quite catch that. You'll have to speak up.
Business. What do you and Gladys do here?
Glass ear? Sorry, there's a lot of static on my end.
But I'm standing right here.
Nothing to fear. Sorry again. The sound of Groundbreaker's engines has really got to me over the years.
Are you just pretending you can't hear me so you don't have to answer questions?
Huh? What?
Forget it.
Huh. Now that I heard.
How's life on the Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does Groundbreaker keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
Mention Sublight.
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
You do business with the Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
So, I did get to talk last time to the creepy guy in the moon mask, but because I found a few extra people, I have not had time in this video. We'll see him in the next episode though. I'm just gonna rub you blind. Don't mind me. Don't follow me, guys. I need this door closed. I'm just closing this door. Ah, bollocks. I did this last time as well. Never mind. Well, that was a nanospank, wasn't it? It's quite cheap. Cool. We need some more things. Alright, don't mind me.
This is Halcyon News.
Okay, so we're not actually that far behind. One thing I didn't do was ever check out back here, but that's quite expensive. We'll leave it just because. Here's the moon man. We'll speak to him in the next episode. I've been John Proxy on John of the West. I've been having an Outer Worlds adventure. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.